Have you ever seen something, heard something, got introduced to something that really made you think a lot about what it is that you're doing and the route that you're trying to take, and really kind of change who it is that you are and what it is that you want to continue to keep on doing and where it is that you want to go? Have you ever heard something that kind of just hit you so strong that made you want to have a complete change of heart about everything that you've ever thought of and ever been a part of? I definitely have. And my name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. Today I want to read something in a book that I've read something right above this a couple of days ago and talked about this several times this week in reality, that I want to just continuously keep adding to more of this concept of making sure that we're loving each other. And that's the way to be able to have a good understanding of knowing that you are on the right path and not trying to hate, not trying to harm, not trying to slander, not trying to do any of that to anybody. That is the way to destruction. Love is definitely the way, and I'm going to read this here so that we can all have a better understanding of knowing exactly what we should be focusing our time and our energy on, and certain things that we should just stay away from. And almost in a way of, I say try to ignore, but it's hard to ignore some things when you just see it going on next to you. But just realizing that if you put all your energy and all your passions into it, you're gonna fall into it. So sometimes ignoring is going to be what we got to do, because we got to make sure that we are on the right path of where it is that we need to go, as opposed to trying to be in the hate that everyone else is in, because we see that they're in hate, that we want to like join them in that hate, and you can't be about that. So in the 1 John, the 3rd chapter, down to the 19th verse, I'm just gonna read most of this right here and try to get through it as fast as I can, as best as I can. And I just want to say thank you, God, for allowing me to be able to read, allowing me to be able to have this text, and allowing me to be able to be here today and do what it is that I do. I just want to give an absolute high level of thanks and a high level of just respect in a way of what is going on here today and the weather that's going on and the changes that are happening. That you brought a magnificent show to me today with this rain and with this wind and with this lightning and with the thunder and even some hail today was impressive. It's just super interesting to be able to have. But I'm going to start reading. It says, "This is how we know that we belong to the truth and how we set our hearts at rest in his presence. For our hearts condemn us. We know that God is greater than our hearts and he knows everything. Dear friends, if our hearts do not condemn us, we have confidence before God and receive from him anything we ask. But we keep his commands and do what pleases him. And this is his command, to believe in his Son, Jesus Christ, and to believe one another and to love one another as he commanded us. The one who keeps God's commands lives in him, and he in them. And this is how we know that he lives in us. We know it by the Spirit he gave us." This is something that is just soup said over and over and over again in this Bible. That we've got the 10 Commandments that it just keeps talking about and showing, but there's something very, very specific that in reality all 10 kind of muster up into just 1 and 2. And that's believing in God and knowing that God created this. Everything of this that we can possibly see, that we experience, everything that you could possibly get your eyes wrapped around is created by a God source that is way greater than what we are as human beings on this planet. That's one of the major things that we really need to have a good understanding of, knowing, to be able to have a good grasp of being able to have a true fulfillment behind what it is that we're doing. And the other thing about it, the main thing that's here, is to making sure that we're loving one another. That love is the number one way that we are going to be able to have the joy and the freedom that we're looking for on this planet. Because there's something that I just see today that goes on that's just happening so much, and that's an extreme amount of hate, an extreme amount of just rage that people have towards each other because you don't believe in what I believe in, you don't see it like I see it, you don't want it the way I want it. So instead of just saying to that person, I understand where you're coming from, we want to get into a battle with them, and the battle can start to turn away from just simple conversations and start to turn into just anger and frustration. And that anger and frustration is going to turn to hatred in the end, in the reality that it's got nowhere else to go. And then when that hatred starts to come, extreme amount of chaos is going to start to come upon us. And that's something that I just, in reality, personally see. Hey, Oreo. Hey. Oh, you're good, Johnny. That's personally just what I see a lot today, is an extreme amount of hatred that's being said and spread and pushed out for all of us to just be able to easily see and easily find and easily be able to be a part of. And it's something that I don't know why, but when I see this rage and I see this anger and I see this hatred, all I see is an extreme level of confusion, where people are just walking around so confused and in their emotions and feelings and understandings and of everything of just, I don't know what to do and I don't know where to go and I don't know how to act. Because I know for a fact that I feel that way sometimes with things that I do and places that I go, where I don't know how to respond to what's being said to me, to make sure that I'm staying in the safe place, in the safe zone of making sure that nothing bad is going to come to me or happen to me, that I have to make sure that I respect everyone and everything, that I'm not out here trying to be judgmental to you in any way based on what it is that you want to do. But knowing that what it is that you do, in reality, I can't have any other choice but just to embrace it. And knowing that that's what's going to bring you the satisfaction that you're looking for, I have no choice but to just thank you. Like, good, keep doing what you're doing if that's what's bringing you the fulfillment that you're looking for. And that's something for me that I'm not and never not going to just come out and try to have hate towards anybody or anything because of what they are and who they are and what they want to be and who they want to be and how they say some things. But that doesn't mean that because I'm not going to have any hate and have any anger and have any rage towards it, doesn't mean that I don't even know what word to put there, but it's more of, doesn't mean that I say agree or don't or disagree. Just means that that's just not who I am and what I'm all about and what it is that I want to do and the information that comes to me to be able to make me feel that I in my life am feeling whole and complete. Me in my life to feel complete is something that I've had my life experience to be able to get to be able to have an understanding of what it is that I'm looking for. And I can't force that upon anybody. And at the same time, you can't force upon me what it is that I need to do and be like to be able to make you happy. And that's something that we are struggling with today. We're struggling with that in a way of, if you don't agree with me and I don't agree with you, that now there's hate. Now you want harm. Now you want to slander. Now you want to just disarm. Now you want to go so ruthless, as opposed to just saying, do what you do. Make happen what you want to make happen. If that's bringing you the happiness that you're looking for, then do it. And that's all that in reality I'm looking for on this planet. I'm looking for the way of being able to live and have the understanding of just being able to find my peace. And being able to find my peace in a way that I don't have to fight anybody else to find my peace, but to just have my peace because I just want to be in peace. That I don't want to try to force upon anybody anything that I do or I believe. And that's the number one thing that I'm going to say is getting very, very confused with religion and any of this stuff, because it's being manipulated to use that you got to force and fight everybody to be like you and what you are. And that's not the case. And that's why for me, being very strong with what I believe, that I know that the people around me are not going to be questioning, because they're just going to see what it is that I'm doing. And if they are questioning, then so be it. That's what they want to do and who they want to be and what they want to pursue. If you don't believe in what I believe in, doesn't mean that I'm not going to want to interact with you in reality. That there was a time in the day that I would say, like, I'm not going to, but there's certain things I'm not going to interact with depending on what you try to do to me. I will say that still for a fact. You trying to hurt me, I can't have dinner with you. You try to damage me, I can't have dinner with you. I gotta keep you outside. But if I don't agree with everything that you agree with on this planet, doesn't mean that I'm not going to have you around in my life. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to still continue to keep doing what it is that I'm doing. To, in reality, just this is me. And I would like to be able to see you, just to see what you do, see how you are. And if you or me end up in the end of deciding like what I'm doing just doesn't feel right, doesn't seem right, then maybe there could be a change of heart in reality. That there's no reason for any of us to sit out here and try to just have I want to hurt you because you don't like me, and you're going to try to hurt me because I don't like you. It's got nothing to do with who likes who on this planet in reality. It's got to matter just doing what you got to do to be able to make yourself fulfilled. But if you have it in you that the only way you can be fulfilled is to hurt me, then I'm going to say that that's where we have a problem. That's why for me, me personally in my life, I don't know what the rest of the world, but me personally in my life, if I got people that are trying to harm me and hurt me, I'm just going to separate myself. I'm just going to move away from what's going on there. I'm just going to isolate myself a little bit more. I'm going to have my life and fulfill my life the way I need to, away from everything that's going on, stay out of the chaos. And that's something that I think more of us really need to start having a better understanding on, especially if you're you got this Bible in your hand and you're reading it and you believe it and you understand it. Because it straight up says that there's going to be a time in the day that in my namesake of saying God, of saying Jesus, that people are going to come out to try to damage you. And it doesn't say go in and fight, go in and destroy, go in and kill them all. No, it actually says you're going to flee to the mountains. You're going to get away. You're going to get out of it. You're not going to come to no battle to try to stand up or try to be tough or try to act like your way is the way. No, it says to just pack your stuff, and not even. It says at the top, you ain't going to be able to have time to pack your stuff. It says you're moving. You're cruising along. And that's something that I think is so powerful that a lot of us don't really live by and want to actually practice, because we're so in our feelings with, I know I'm right, and I'm going to force everyone to do what it is that I do because I know I'm right. Who knows who's right? Nobody is ever going to have the 100% knowledge and the 100% truth of everything that's going on. And it's something that is something that we really need to start to think a lot about, because just because something has brought me success, something has brought me clarity, something has brought me self-control and forbearance and feeling more loved and feeling to love more, having more joy, having more peace, something that's brought that to me may not be the same for you. But I do know in the end, we all want that. But it doesn't mean that we're all going to get there on the same exact route. And if you end up getting there on a different route, awesome, man. Like that's all I want. That's all that the God that I'm going to follow says wants in reality. And that's all of anything out here wants, is for you to find yourself and to be complete with yourself and to just absolutely love yourself. Because I've even done research into the whole Satanism religion. And they even want you to love yourself and love more of everyone around you. Every single thing on this planet is like that. There's not much. There are some, but the majority out here is how to better and be better and have a better fulfilled life. There's no, not no, but the main followings of people that are out to just destroy and out to kill, that's not the normal. That's you creating something to try to make it because of how you feeling in the moment in reality, as opposed to knowing what the greater good is for all of us as people. And for all of us as people, there's just no reason for us to be fighting. There's no reason for us to be damaged. There's no reason for us to be hurting. There's no reason for it when we can all just do what we got to do. And then a lot of times we act like this world is just so tiny that I got to enforce everything. It's like, move, get out of it, get away from it, get out, just step out and just be able to have the life that you're looking for, as opposed to just being in it and enforcing yourself in it and then just marinating in it more to just frustrate yourself even more and more. And that's something that I don't know why we do that as a people, why we actually purposely put ourselves in things that we don't like and then just complain about it and just be ruthless about it. But it's like, dude, you have a choice. You have a choice to leave. You have a choice to do something different. You have a choice to go somewhere else. You have a choice to make anything else happen on this planet, as opposed to just continuing to staying in that. That if information is coming to you that just enrages you, just makes you mad, you have a choice. Shut it off. Look away from it. Don't pay attention to it. Don't feed your energy into it. Because the more that you feed your energy into it, the more that's going to keep coming to you. And I'm going to promise you that. And that's not showing love in any way for your own self. And that's a big thing. Not just loving others, but loving yourself. And loving yourself means to be able to get yourself into a state to be able to appreciate and take care of yourself. And not having yourself in a situation where you're just always enraged because of the information that you try to put yourself around. If you're just mad all the time because of what's coming to you, stop looking at it. Stop paying attention to it. And start paying attention to the things that do bring the joy to you. And start realizing that someone out here is going to try to hurt you. That's every and all of us. Hey, Oreo? That's every and all of us. That's everything that on this planet, just the way it is. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Because we are all, not all, but we are as a majority out to try to harm each other because we don't believe each other. So no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you speak to, you're going to have something or some group or something that's just completely against what it is that you do. And that's just where we live. And that's where, for me, I wish that we could be able to possibly somehow be able to change that. How we could possibly be able to all just sit around and just understand the greater good of what it is that we all want. Is to just be in peace and just have joy and have freedom and be able to relax and be able to do more things that we want to do. Be able to express our creative arts. To be able to just really embrace who we are and just show it to the world and say, this is just who I am and what I am. And everybody just looks at it and says, that's awesome, dude. It's just wild to me, and why we can't be a people and can't do something like that. That we're always just out to harm and out to hurt, as opposed to just knowing that that person is on their mission, on their plan, doing what it is they need to do. And there's always going to be people, and this is where I can use it always. There's always going to be a people on this planet that are out to look for the best of everyone. Even if there's a group that doesn't like everything with it, but there's always going to be people on this planet that are wanting to help and wanting to do whatever it takes to be able to get you into a better place. And those are the people that we should be focusing more of our time on, as opposed to the people that are just wanting to divide and to destroy and just be destructive. Those people are extremely toxic. That they're hurting so much that they want everyone else hurting in a way is the way that I really just come to realize to see it. That, hey, Oreo. Sorry, my dog is, he ready to get the neighbor's dog. Let's get down. And something that I just really come to realize is just being out here and doing what I'm doing. And today just adding another new animal to the farm. Finally got some turkeys for the first time. Just makes me realize, like, if that's what I want to do, and that's what's going to be able to bring me my fulfillment, there shouldn't be someone out there to say that I can't do that and I can't have that and I can't be a part of that. It should be for me to be able to say, like, this is going to be able to bring me the joy that I want. So be it if you don't care for it. So be it if you think it's nasty and they stink and they're no good and they're stupid and that's pointless and that's not going to bring anything to you but just frustration. That's how you see it. That's not the way I look at it. I look at it on the completely opposite side. Like, this is fascinating. This is so cute. I've never had this, never been able to do this, never been able to be a part of this, and I want to try it out. And if I realize in the end that I really don't care for it and I really don't appreciate it, then I figure that out. And I have the choice at that moment to be able to go where it is I want to go and do what it is that I want to do. But I don't need someone to tell me, no, you can't possibly do that. And try to put rules upon me of saying that I'm not allowed to do such a thing. That's so silly to me. That just shows how insignificant you feel on this planet, as opposed to knowing how powerful and how great and how amazing you are. Because when you're powerful, great, and amazing people are going to start to come around you. And those powerful and great and amazing people are going to start to want to work with you and just have some fun with you and start to do awesome and amazing things. They're not going to be out to, let me try to figure out how to harm those people because they don't agree with me. No, you're just going to continue to keep doing powerful and amazing things together as a group. And that's something that is just so powerful and amazing for me to just really understand on this planet and changing a little bit of what I think based on what I used to think and what I used to believe, because I have a good understanding of knowing that I don't want anybody to hurt and harm me for what it is that I do. So why would I ever want to hurt and harm anybody else for what it is that they do? That's a very confusing thing to me today that I think about. That before, I don't know why I was so confused with some things. But a lot of times conversations and research and more understanding can just come to you that can really start to get in you of having a good understanding of, so be it if you don't do what I do. I'm not going to force it on you, and the God that I follow and the Jesus that I know is kind of in reality telling me and forcing me not to force you to do what it is that I do. It's up to you to have your own choice. It's up to you to make the decision that you want to make. It's not for me to say to you, you're going to go to hell because of what you do. It's not for me to say that you're going to be in a lake of fire for the remainder of your life because this is what you want to do. It's for me to say, hey, you know what? There's no negative aspects in reality of what it is that any of us do. There's only a positive route that we can possibly take on this planet. And the positive route that you think that you want to take to be able to get to it is so be it the way that you want it, and so be it the way that I want to do it. And I don't want anyone to say to me that I'm wrong, and I don't want anybody for me to say to anybody else that you're wrong, because we're both wrong. We are. Nobody knows it all. And if you think you do, then I'm going to say we're wrong as a people, because we don't know it all. We don't know what's going on. We don't know this universe. We don't know even this land. We don't even know in the oceans. We don't know these trees. We don't know any of this stuff. We act like we know it. We don't know anything about our bodies. We don't know why they work, why they function, why they this and why they that. Why is this here? Why is that function going on there? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know much of anything. But we all try to walk around and act like we do know it all. And then when you know it all, that's when you want to try to force everyone to do what it is that you do, because you think you just know everything. And there's just no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And that's where we're going to continue to keep getting a lot of division, because everybody has the say right way, and they want to force you to be it in that right way. And that's so dangerous, because that's where I'm going to 100% say that the God that I know and of any religion that I even know, and all of any spiritual essence of anything that I know, they're not, and it's not out to put you in a position that you better harm them because they don't believe you. They're in the position of how to be able to get yourself in a better place, how to be able to get you from being hurt and harmed and damaged and destroyed, to be able to get you to embrace yourself and be firm with yourself and looking in the mirror and saying, this is who I am and what I'm all about. That's the main message that's on this planet today, of trying to get that for everybody. And because your way is your way, cool, keep on working at it. But don't force me to go your way, and I'm not going to force you to go my way. And that's a big thing that pretty much all of these religions and everything kind of states that exact same thing. But yet we are trying to change things up and do some stuff that is just, it's making life challenging for majority of folks on this planet. And it's something for me to just really say, I'm never, and it's the time I'll say I'm never going to force what it is that I do upon you. never going to force you to believe in Jesus the way that I do. I'm never going to be able to even explain to you what has happened to me based on my belief in what I've been able to do. I'm never going to force that on you. I'm never going to make you and force you in a way of just restricting and taking away your livelihood to make you be a part of what it is that I'm a part of. I'm on my mission doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep continuing to do it. That for me, to being a person, to be able to stand here and keep on speaking, keep on saying some things, it's for me to just keep doing what I'm doing and be able to say something and show something and be a certain way that maybe you're just like, you know what I'm doing may not be giving me the total fulfillment that I see is that someone else is able to get and able to do, that maybe I want to learn and listen a little bit more. And I'm here to just be a person. I'm just a simple human being. I'm no pastor, I'm no minister, I'm no preacher, I'm no priest. I don't know if I said that or not. I know none of these things. I'm just a simple human being that has had a transformation in life based on a belief system that I've adopted, that I've always known about, but I actually took serious, that I've been able to transform my life into a very positive way, that I've gotten away from some dangerous, destructive patterns that I had in myself, that I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of. That for me, this is just what's worked for me to be able to give me what it is that I need. And I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be able to do it for you. I'm just going to keep living my life and being my life, that maybe you will look at me and say, hey man, that's pretty interesting. Like, what are you doing? How are you praying? How are you speaking? What kind of questions you ask? That's the main thing for me, is the questions to ask. That's something that really has been able to change my life. I changed my questions. And then when I changed my questions, different responses would come to me. Because when I just had the same questions over and over, the same stuff will keep coming. And it's the same self-destructive pattern. I had to change how I talk to even myself and what I would say to myself. And certain things just start to change. And if that sounds like something that interests you, that fascinates you, then let's talk about that. Because I have certain questions that I personally ask and certain things that I requested to be able to help me in my life. And some stuff, it's just super simple. Like stop drinking, stop the alcohol, was just me saying, hey, can you help me out with stopping with that? And in return with that, can you make it nasty to me? Because I don't want to go back to it again. I don't want to have the urge. Just make it disgusting to me. Make my stomach turn when I smell it, see it. And that literally happened to me because I asked a question that was different than any other question of just saying, I just want to stop. And it's like, okay, then what? You're just going to start again later when you stop. You want to stop for what? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? You want to stop for just a year? You want to stop but keep feeding it still? You got to be very specific and very direct. And I've been able to figure out some very specific questions to be able to ask. And that's where I'm going to say is where my prayer comes in. I've been having very specific prayers to put out to the world, out to the Jesus that I speak to and the God that I understand that created all this, that has been able to just change the way that I think, change the way that I move, change what I do. And it's been so powerful for me. And with that, I just want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you for allowing me to be able to change what it is that I've been doing and change my habits and give me a better understanding of how to be able to continue to keep doing that in the future. A roadmap of how to, anything that's happening that's getting challenging, how to be able to start going out of the box and asking different questions. Going out of the box and just experiencing different stuff. Going out of the box and just having a good understanding of knowing that I don't know it all. And I'm here to learn. And I'm here to ask more and more questions, even to people and to everyone around me, to try to figure out where it is that I can go more on this planet and how to widen my understanding on this planet instead of thinking that I just know it all and have it all and am all about it. Because I don't know it all. And I'm going to be straight up honest and straight up truthful about that. That if I did know it all, I don't know who I would be other than a God in reality. And that's not who I am and what I'm ever going to be here with what it is that I'm doing. I don't know what the future is. There's an unlimited amount of questions that I'm still coming up with that I want answers to. And I'm thankful to be able to have that as an opportunity because it's just an absolutely wonderful thing. And I want more and more people to just start asking more questions about how to be able to get yourself where it is that you want to get to, as opposed to how to force other people to act and do what it is that you do to try to satisfy you. You're not going to be satisfied by forcing someone to do or believe in what it is that you believe in. You're in reality going to start to feel more and more guilty and more pressure that you're not going to be able to keep up with and be able to handle. And it's something for me that I'm just so thankful to know that I could do what I got to do and not have to be sad, mad, and angry and irritated and enraged about someone else doing what it is that they want to do. I see what you do, and in a way, I appreciate what you do because it shows me that we're not all the same and we all don't need to be the same. And that's something that I just absolutely appreciate. And I just love everyone around me. And I don't care what you're doing and how you're acting and how you even want to talk to me. I love you. And I'm going to help you out. I'm going to do something for you to show you that what it is that I personally follow, what it is that I personally pray to, what it is that I personally see and validate is so much more powerful than me. That can allow someone to try to hurt me, but yet I still help you. That to me is powerful. And that's who I want to follow. I don't want to follow no hatred. I'm going to follow the route of love. Thank you.